What up? What up? It's Pastor G. I want a quick moment of your time. Hey, and if you're here, you're supposed to be listening to me anyway. Here's what I want to say: find your lane, get in it, and stay in it. Here it is again: find your lane, get in it, and stay in it. Now, who am I talking to? I'm talking to. There's somebody. You are listening to me right now. You are about to walk into the very thing. This is your moment. What you were created to do. Here's the moment that you're about to walk in, and it is great. You are created for greatness. The challenge is to find your lane, to get in it, and stay in it. Here's why it's so challenging: because amidst all of the great information, all of the great advice, all of the great suggestion from the people that you love and the people that you have allowed to speak into your life, most of the time the information is information that causes you to become a direct copy of who they are. Now, don't get it twisted. These people are not here to harm you. It is not their intentions to harm you. But sometimes the advice that they give you, they make you a clone of who they already are, and that's and that's not going to work for people such as yourself, who are called to be voices, not echoes. You were called to be a voice, not an echo. So now these are going to be very difficult times. Here's the advice again: you're going to have to find your lane, get in it, and stay in it. Now, here's number two, very vital. Everybody won't be able to embrace your idea. Everybody is not going to get it. Even people that you think know you, that you think that they know who you are and what you were created to do, and they'll still say that you're crazy. Stay with me now. Stay with me. This is very important. Everybody won't embrace it. It is important that you get this, because you will never walk into this great moment if you cannot embrace that. There's people that I lack, and even people that I'm trying to impress, that will not be able to get what I was created to do. The moment I get over that, I am well on my way to becoming the great one that I was created to be. So you're going to have to find your lane, get in it, and stay in it. Very important. So what we do most of our in this journey to our life of greatness, we fight external battles. We fight so many external battles, when really the battle is for me to understand and embrace who I am. And once I understand and embrace who I am, or who God created me to be, I've got to know it's so authentic and it's so different that people outside of me might not get it or be able to embrace it. That's the war that you fight. But so many times we think that it's the outside forces that can stop. No, it's the inside. You have got to understand who you are. And sometimes this does not happen until you separate from the outside forces. You're not fighting the outside forces. You just got to separate it so that you can get the confidence needed to embrace who God created you to be, because it's so different from what everybody else is doing and has done. This is very important. So you're going to have to find your lane, get in it, and stay in it. Now, this is important. I want to share a story. I always go to the scripture because I think it's a script that always paints the picture. Now, here's a story about Jesus, who knew from his outset who he was and what he was created to do. In completion, he knew it. Now, it's interesting how someone that know who they are, what they were chosen to do, and the sacrifices it take, and he did sacrifice. But here's the thing: there were people that he sacrificed everything for, that downright hated on him for no reason at all. And if it happened to him, it definitely will happen to you. But that's not the fight. That's not what we should be fighting against. It's for me to find my lane, get in it, and stay in it. So here it is. Jesus knows what he come to give his life for people that didn't even deserve it. But anyways, he decided I was going to do it. And in Luke, the 9th chapter, the 52nd verse, he's at the time of his completion. When you are at the door of completing or walking in, things get very difficult, but you're going to find the lane, you're going to get in it, and you will not be distracted by the outside voices that are there to take your mind off the completing moment. You are here to complete. This is your finest hour. Stay focused. Here it is. He's ready to complete. And the 52nd verse, this is Luke, the 9th chapter, verse number 52. It says, and let's go to 53rd. I'm going to go to 53rd verse. It says, and they did not receive him. Who are the they? They are the people that he had sacrificed his whole life to save, gave service to, rendered his life as a servant to his entire life. And now they, and they did not receive it. There are people that you have sweated for, you have bled for, that just won't get it. But don't be distracted. It says, and they did not receive him because his face was as though he would go to Jerusalem, the place of completion. You're at the door of completion. 54th verse, it gets more interesting. Watch what it says, 54th verse. It says, and when his disciples, James and John, saw this, when his best friends saw that he was being hated on by the people that he gave his time, his money, his efforts to help. And you have tried to help many people, and now they are not embracing you. Do not get distracted in this moment. And it says, and when his disciples, James and John, saw this, they said, Lord, wilt thou that we command fire to come down from heaven and consume them, even as Elias did? Now here it is, the best friends are giving suggestions. You don't deserve this. After all that you have given, after all that you have gave to these people, now it's time for you to show them who you are. Notice what the 55th verse says. But he turned. What's happening here? He's found this lane, he's got in it, and he's staying in it. And now he realized that the only thing that can stop me from completing the great me is me being distracted toward haters. Oh, this is so powerful to me. It says, but he turned and rebuked them and said, you know not what manner of spirit ye are of. Now, he didn't rebuke the haters. He rebuked the best friend. He's rebuking James and John. Why? Because I already know who I am. I already have embraced who I am. I know that everybody won't be able to understand. In this journey called great, you will be required to help people that don't even know they need your help. You'll be required to be example to people that have hated on you. That's why you got to stay focused, and you cannot let people get in your ear, because the great you will serve people that don't even like you. That's why you are so great. The 56th verse is where I really want you to focus on. Watch this. It says, for the son, it says, but he turned and rebuked them. You know not spirit that ye are of. For the Son of Man is not come to destroy men's life, even though they hated on me, but to save. They don't even know that if it was not for me, they would be in trouble. There's a lot of people don't even understand that who you are is not only for you, but it's to save their lives as well. Notice what it said, and here it is. Here's Jesus' final reply, and I think was the most incredible thing that he could say. He says, and they went to another village. In other words, if I'm in a place that people don't get it, I'm not going to fight a battle with them. I'm going to go to the place that they do. And they went to another village. When you find the place and the space, there will be people there to embrace. I'm going to say that once again. When you find the right place and the space, there are already people there to embrace. That's why I say you got to find your lane, get in it, and stay in it. Everybody is not going to get you. Rejection. Rejection is for a change of direction and for your protection. God knew that if that person that you admire and want to please and want to impress would embrace you, you would settle for becoming a clone of them. So he allowed rejection to happen. Rejection is for a change of direction and for your protection. This is why you got to know what it is. You got to stay focused on it. You got to get in your lane and stay there. You got to find it, get in it, and stay there. Find your lane where when you get in the right place and the space, there will be people there to embrace. Pastor G wanted to drop this in your life. Now go be great.